Hey guys, I promised a Q&A at 1,000 subscribers and I made like 2 posts on my community tab about doing it. I'm back. Obviously, I took a bit of a break, but here I am to actually answer your questions. So yeah, we might as well just start with it. Snuffleupagus, is that how you say it? Snuffleupagus 7777 asks, how did I become a leftist and what advice do I have for people who recently became leftists? I would say I became a leftist primarily through debate that I did in high school. Not necessarily like the environment, though my teacher was leftist. And I would talk to her sometimes, but mainly through the research that I did in debate. I would say that having to research like U.S. foreign policy for a lot of time and then having to like link it back is a big thing. It helps you understand functions of how like the U.S. government and its imperialism actually works. And then just some framework issues that I had when I was seeing the world. I was analyzing problems in debate and then saying, well, this has a root problem of this and this, and every root problem basically linked back to power and capital. And I basically came to the conclusion that, a lot of these systems that work in the world just have to do with like protecting power, protecting capital, and then that underlying system is just capitalism. And the framework and analysis for that was Marxism. So that's kind of what I took on and just started to see, well, maybe Marx was right about these specific things. So that's how I became a leftist, basically. And then he asks, what advice do I have for people who recently became leftists? I would say read theory. I would say the only essential ones that you really have to read are just Marx, the Communist Manifesto, Das Kapital. And then if you want to get into different currents, you can probably look into what the theory is. So Lenin, Pannekoek, Bordiga, any type of, thing that you want to do. I mean, I don't really recommend left comms, but it is what it is. If you want to become a leftist, it's better that you be a leftist than a capitalist, is all I'm saying. And he also asks, more importantly, did Lenin become a hooper because he came up with a new theory of revolution based off of basketball that he forgot to publish because he was too busy hooping with the boys? Or did he wake up one day and just say, fuck this communism shit, the masses can figure it out themselves, I'd rather play some b-ball? Basically, Lenin he found KD as this like vessel, basically like how Sukuna found Itadori, and then just because of their like similarities in appearance, kind of just took on the form of Kevin Durant. So yeah, that was a reference to a video. Simone1118 asks, what music do you listen to? And then what am I majoring in college? So I listen to just about everything, except like country, but I do like some songs. I mean, it's not like I like completely negate it. But I mean, if I had to go off of like artists that I have like the most variety of that I do listen to on a more frequent basis, though not all the time, Radiohead, Usher, Sabrina Carpenter, Outkast, Jeff Buckley, MF Doom, My Chemical Romance, Selena Quintanilla, Steve Lacy, A Tribe Called Quest, Oasis. But yeah, I alternate between them. Some, weeks I will listen more towards Usher and like Sabrina Carpenter, some more towards like A Tribe Called Quest, and some more towards like Steve Lacy, Jeff Buckley, or Radiohead or whatever. Right? Very music taste. Also, a lot of times I listen to one song by an artist and really nothing more of their variety, just because I like a specific song. So yeah, that's kind of how I operate. Those are just some artists that I personally like listening to more. And then what am I majoring in college? I'm majoring in political science. Very fun. Jeefney Neat asks, how tall are you? I am 6'5", and I know that sounds like I'm lying, but I don't know how I can really actually, I do. Well, if you just saw me standing up, maybe that's a sign. But this is a Squire. What is it called? Squire Strat. A Squire Strat is 39 inches tall. About for its total length, going up to here. So around 3'3". Two of these is just a tiny bit taller than one of me. And if you can see where this goes to. Gintigaz493 asks, music recs. So basically everything of every artist I said before, but if I had to recommend specific things that I like, the entire Confessions album by Usher I think is good. More niche ones, The Point by Hidden in Plain View. It's like an old like emo 2000 song. or at least like alt rock. Outbound by After, He Gets Me So High by Biba Doobie, the Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest, and the Sixpence None the Richer album by Sixpence None the Richer. Those are some pretty good. They're pretty varied, so do what you will, see what you like from those artists. The Gaming G810 asks, where is a Q&A? Alive Girl Today asks, what are your hobbies? I would say my main hobbies are playing guitar, going to the gym, eating food. I like watching NBA games, talking about the NBA, different stuff having to do with basketball overall, playing pickleball, and cooking. Angel's Wings 4532 asks, book recs. Orientalism by Edward Said, I highly recommend it. Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall, I highly recommend. And then Capitalist Realism by Mark Fisher. That one's more like a bit theory, or at least like anti-capitalist theory, I would say. The Devil's Advocate asks, thoughts on Immortal Technique. I like his music, but I really don't listen to him all that much, mainly just because, though I do like, New York hip-hop, New York rap, he's never really been like the type of style that I would listen to pretty consistently, but I do like some of his songs. My favorite is Point of No Return. I do like that he's like a more like openly and like outwardly political artist, especially having to do with more like Marxist or leftist themes in general. So I do like him on that regard. BGQHRSHZMZUZKNR asks, what are those plaques and trophies and medals in the back of that shelf? I'm curious. They're all high school debate trophies. To explain them, those two right there, tall ones, are state or like my district first place, or what we would call like Valley Champion. That was for impromptu and extemporaneous speaking, so I qualified to the California State Tournament with those. That second tall one right here is second place policy debate. It was a weird seating thing. Then those plaques, those three silver ones that you see are just NSDA national qualifier plaques. Right there is top speaker to Lincoln Douglas at the John Chamber Invitational, or UOP. Those circular ones right there are also UOP trophies. And then the other ones that you see right there, just like rising up, are specific like local tournament, third, second, first place. There's a lot more blue ones because it's first place. And then right there, that plate is the UC Berkeley Invitational. I got octo finalist for, what was it? Extemporaneous speaking. So yeah, a lot of speech and debate stuff that I did while I was in high school. All right. I think that'll about wrap it up for the Q&A, but I do have something to announce. 2 more videos that I have coming up to show you that I'm not just like coming back and then not knowing what to upload. The next video that I will have will be about the media, how it kind of like manipulates normies through the use of its language. And then I will be talking about debate, like this type of debate, and just like Dean Withers and shit, and like why it doesn't really matter. So yeah, those are videos I have planned. I will probably start making the scripts on them once I finish some university stuff. That's about it. Thank you guys.